This is our Unit 3 production. This is our fifth production meeting for our Unit 3 project. Today we're going to be discussing like all the filming that we have done throughout our Unit 6 project, and basically say like what exactly we have filmed so far, what exactly we might need to reshoot, and basically give each other feedback of anything else we'd like to include. And I'll one minor point. Fortunately, Amari's with me today. Are my fellow media students, Sabaya and Amari. Unfortunately, Amari's camera isn't working, so he's just going to be using audio. And I'd also like to point out today's date is the 8th of March. Okay, so I would like to go first. So basically, what I filmed on Saturday, the 6th of March, is basically I filmed all of my upstairs shots, like on the landing where I'm doing the chase thing by the hooded figure, which my dad played, and basically I managed to film all of those shots, but I also managed to film all the bathroom shots. Really, I mean, it was a bit cramped and a little bit difficult because I had to change kind of the shot ideas that I originally had. But thankfully, my mom was able to like position the camera very carefully, that it was very stable in the positions that I wanted to use it. So thankfully, I managed to get those all sorted out, and I filmed all of that. And yesterday on the 7th of March, I managed to film all of my downstairs shots, which is basically like the kitchen slash hallway. Basically, when the hooded figure is just beginning to chase me, but I managed to add an extra shot in there, like a zoom in shot of the banister, so that way you can add to the cutting on action element. But I've also the managed to include I managed to film all of my shots in the sitting room, where unfortunately not only am I look like I'm working on my laptop, but also when I first noticed the hooded figure. But I made sure to film all the shots so that way it remains in continuity. But there are some stuff that I might change a little bit, like if I want to make it a bit darker, or if I want to expand the shot a bit, just to avoid, like anything distracting in the background. And one of the things I've noticed is that I'm going to be reshooting shot 1 and shot 6, because unfortunately they were either the exposure was a little bit different, and unfortunately the timing wasn't right as how I originally built it. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, is it me? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So what
Does
I did.
anybody have any feedback?
You know how you said you're gonna change it to more darker, Lewis, that for editing?
Yes, I'm going to be working on that in post production, because since we're going to be using Adobe Premiere Pro, we can obviously make the footage lighter or darker. So I could definitely try to make the footage a little bit darker, so that way, even though all the shots were filmed mostly during nighttime, but I could make it a little bit darker, so that way it still remains in the continuity.
Yeah. What props did you use then?
The props that I've used, well, on Saturday, I only used my mobile phone, which I used to try and call the police, really, because that was like the main prop that I used in it, because that way it just shows like how smart the character is, just to show like how he wants to call the police as soon as someone like breaks into his house. But on Friday. But on Sunday, I also used the laptop as a prop. But there were other props like in the background, in the foreground, but they weren't too important. But it helps elaborate like the surrounding of the film, of the places I shot, just to show. But hopefully they won't be too distracting that people won't even notice them in my whole 1 minute film.
That sounds really good, Lewis.
Hey, what costumes is he wearing though?
It's really...
What costumes was you wearing and that?
The costumes that I was wearing is basically like natural clothes. So but instead it's kind of like this. But instead, I had a light blue hoodie and a Lake District T-shirt. So that way it shows that it's very casual wear, and I don't accidentally wear a T-shirt that either has a copyrighted logo on it, like something like the Avengers or DC or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
That's
really
it.
good. Amari, what's your plan? What have you done?
Oh, what have I done? So
Yeah.
the foot. I started my footage. Well, I started my footage on yesterday. So because on Saturday, I went through the storyboard with Sarah, and she said that I need to change a few scenes. So I had to change a few scenes for the last few scenes. So I started on Sunday, and I was able to finish all my footage. So I started. The scene one was in the kitchen. We had to obviously introduce the character, and um, yeah, I had to introduce the character, and obviously I had to do a lot of continuity and change a lot of things because I had to do like day 1 and day 39 and day 33. So I had to change a lot of things like the costumes, props, like the different times in the day and stuff like that. So so I had to do a lot of different things. So it took me quite a while to shoot, but yeah, all the shots that I took is what I wanted. So I don't really have to retake any, to be honest. I just got to edit
Yeah.
my Adobe. I got to edit on Adobe Pro, and then yeah, I'm pretty much done. But yeah, all the shots that I did. Actually, the last scene I had to change is when I was meant to do a last scene in the front room where my mum was watching the movie, and after I had to change, I was gonna change the continuity of her just sleeping on the chair, but I changed it to someone coming at the front door as a delivery man. So as as someone rings the bell, runs to the door, and she basically say, "Oh my gosh, someone's here!" Da, 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 by the way, and he just acts bare like surprised, like why is she so excited, and then it just ends right there. So he had to change that bit at the end, and yeah, that's pretty much it. To be honest.
That sounds good, Amari. What are some things that went wrong when you were filming and stuff?
Pardon, say that again.
What stuff went wrong when you were filming?
If I'm wrong. Well, one of the things that I found hard to do was when my sister was running into the scene. I tried to make it like you see how like when people are running from one angle and then you try to change the angle and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then try and make sure that she's running at the same time as she was running before. Like it makes it look like it's just a flow. It was kind of hard for me to do that. I had to take a lot of shots, like a few times, a few takes to get that through as well. And what else? And oh yeah, changing the continuity of like the kitchen and stuff, like to make the kitchen look different to what it was before. And that was hard as well because there's a few things where you could see a few things were kind of out of place. So I had to like make sure everything was perfect and in the right place. So
Yeah.
yeah, continuity was kind of hard as well. So yeah, that was pretty much it.
Did you? What type of shots did you film then?
There was a lot of kind of close-ups to see like the person's reactions, the person's facial expressions, and also there was a lot of long shots as well just to establish the room, to see how the room was and see how the room was before. So like you had to like it's a lot of establishing shots of like the rooms and stuff like that. So yeah, so there was a kind of a lot of mid shots, close ups, and just like long shots. So yeah, those are like the main three. And I've only had like one high angle of when my mum dropped the egg on the floor. That was the only high angle I had on there to just see where the egg dropped. And then there was like a low angle of I went low. I did a low angle of my mum looking down at the egg and
Yeah.
just looking frustrated. So yeah, that's what I did.
That sounds really good, Amari. I can't wait to see you film. Yeah, Lewis, do you have any questions for Amari?
Yes, I do. I just want to double check, like, how long did it take you? I mean, obviously you stated you filmed this like in a whole day, but I'm just wondering how long did it exactly take you like to film all of your footage together? Did it take you like an hour or 3 hours or something like
It
that?
took me about 2 hours and a half because we had to take a little break because there was a lot of changes we had to do. So yeah, it was about 2 hours, 2 hours and 30 to 3 hours. Like yeah, because we had to take a few breaks. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's all the feedback I've got. But it sounds very good. I like how you clearly have a clear idea, and obviously you realize some of the mistakes you made, but you managed to resolve them somehow.
Yeah.
So it definitely sounds like you had everything covered, even though you just had to film all of it in one day. So very good for you, Mark. Very good.
Thank you. Yeah. Here you go, Sabia.
Okay, so I started my filming on Friday just because Friday was the last day the kids were doing homeschooling. So I woke up before my sister, set everything up, set my camera up, and then I basically with my phone, I put my phone down on the table and I took a time lapse over an hour, and I got all my mom, my sisters, and all the time lapse, and that's basically I done it a 1 hour time lapse, and it was quite quick. But I think when it comes to editing, I think I might need to like take some out because it's too long, and I need to film my other shots. And then on Saturday, I did my Foley. Is it folio or Foley?
Foley sounds.
Foley sound. So I did my keyboard typing, my sister crying, and I did my mom's voiceover, my sister's voiceover, and with that I followed my script as well, and I on yesterday I basically started. I got my sisters to do some reacting, so I took most of the shots of my sister typing and my mom sitting down. But I think today well after this meeting I'm gonna do some more, and if not tomorrow I might do some more filming of my mom, just because my little sister she was just driving my mom mad because it was her nap time as well, so I didn't manage to pick up a few shots. But that's something I'm gonna do tomorrow. I just want to focus on my mom, her cooking, coming and helping my sister just to show it. But I really like the way I filmed. Like I use different angles, like high shots, low shots, and I really like over the shoulder shots that I really liked as well. And yeah, and I think my voiceovers I had to do on my phone, which was good. And I used my phone as my time stamp as well, but I did it on the camera as well. But I'm gonna see when I go into editing. I'm gonna see which one I can use. Which one come out better. Do you guys have any suggestions for me or questions?
Um,
Actually, I do have a suggestion quickly. I know you're probably done with all your filming and stuff, but could I have, and it might be difficult, like depending on how your whole family feels about it, but I've had a re-look through your storyboard, and I definitely feel like it should end like maybe you and your family like sitting together, like happy and laughing or something like that, because that way it has a good resolution, really, just to show that you guys do work well together. But I don't know if anybody's being anyone will be comfortable with that, and like filming doing that like literally in front of the camera. But that's only like a recommendation.
Yeah,
yeah, and
I
then
mean
put it like
that does sound
you
good,
can slow down
but
the speed of it as well. Like when you put it in slow motion, like when you guys are smiling. Yeah, I think that was kind of good.
yeah. Sorry guys. At the end, I'm planning on having the way my time lapse started. So when my sister opens the laptop, or when I'm gonna end it with my sister close up or shutting the laptop just to show it's ended. But I think throughout my whole filming, it does show that communication between my sisters bonding. Cause like I took like scenes of her looking over my sister while she's doing the artwork and stuff, smiling, eating breakfast on the table. But
Okay.
maybe that is a consideration. Maybe I could film it, and then maybe if once I start editing, maybe that would look nice. I might want to add it. So yeah, Liz, I might do that. My sister's just acting on the table and acting happy, and maybe that's something I want to use.
Yeah,
But thanks for the suggestion, Liz. Amari, do you
no
have
problem.
anything?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask. Um, what like was all your scenes in one room?
It was in the kitchen,
Yeah.
but it's near the cooker and mostly on the table, I would say. So my
Oh,
sisters
okay.
are coming in and out of the kitchen.
Oh, so it's like all filmed there, kind of. Okay. Makes
Yeah.
sense. And what type of like were they all wearing casual clothes or was they wearing
Yeah,
smart
basically
clothes?
catch clothes because they're working from home.
Oh,
So
okay.
they've
Yeah, fair.
changed and they're just sitting on the table with everything and just doing homeschooling.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I like Lucy's idea at the ending, to be honest. I think if you put that happy vibe at the end and to slow down the obviously the speed of it, I feel like it would be good just to show that the connection between the family and stuff like that. That's why I think Lucy's idea
Yeah,
is good.
because I need to consider the continuity. So I
Mhm.
might need to like do the same things I did in my times that, but then
Yeah,
when it comes to the actual film, like I want to show the like I want to keep it the same. Do you get what I'm saying? Just to show the continuity. But
yeah,
yeah, but that's something I'm gonna film. But once I start editing, maybe I could choose a few scenes and then maybe it look nice. But I am gonna go to record Lewis's one when I start filming today as well again.
yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
All right, that's good.
But thanks for the feedback, guys.
no problem.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other feedback for each other?
Nah, not at the moment.
No, no. I mean, like both of yours guys have got clear feedback, clear idea of what you want to do, and yeah, I understand it very well, and I definitely have an idea of what I want to do now. But thanks for your feedback, just to show that you guys really like my idea of how I done things. But I'll also consider the other stuff you said. Okay. All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
No problem. All right, and thank you all for watching our production meeting.